What have these things got in common? A fan, a candle, the supplements, and hormone replacement therapy patches. They're all things that can actually potentially help you with weight loss. And I'm going to be talking about that in this video. Hello fam, and welcome to my channel. My name's Melissa Neal, and this channel is all about helping you if you're a woman over 40 or like me over 50, get in fantastic shape. And one of the things that changes as you get older, and this is what happened to me, is your hormones are changing. And so the methods that you need to lose weight actually change. And one of the biggest things is sleep. Sleep can make a massive difference to your weight loss journey. If you're not getting it, you're going to struggle to lose weight. And if you are getting better sleep, you're actually going to find weight loss easier. Now, I know you're going to be screaming at the screen right now saying, well, Melissa, I can't get any sleep at all, so that's no use to me. And I promise you that was the case for me. I have managed to improve my sleep. And first of all, I'm going to talk about why is sleep important before, during and after menopause in women over 40. And then I'm going to talk about some practical steps that you can actually take to improve your sleep. Does that sound good? What's the connection between sleep and weight loss in women over 40? Sleep, or lack of sleep, poor sleep, actually increases your insulin resistance. Insulin resistance, amongst other things, actually affects your body's ability to lose fat. You know, when you're older, you're actually more prone to insulin resistance. So it is something that you need to pay attention to. And one of those things is actually improving your sleep. And then you've got your hormones. So your hormones like estrogen and progesterone, they're depleting. But lack of sleep can actually make the hormone activity worse. It can make your hormones really go off even more than they are at this stage in life. That's going to impact on your body's ability to lose body fat. The other thing to say about sleep is sleep actually impacts on hormones called ghrelin and leptin, and they control your appetite. You probably tend to find, and I find this, if I don't get enough sleep, I start craving sugary, high fat, high salt foods. And that's because of those hormones, ghrelin and leptin. So would you agree? It's actually really important, isn't it, to get on top of your sleep? But I know in this stage in life, sleep is actually really, really hard to come by. And that's what I found. I was waking up numerous times in the night. So I'm going to talk about how you can improve your sleep. So first off, I'm going to be really honest with you. Sleep does not come easy, as I've said before. So it's something that you actually need to be intentional about. You actually need to work at it. It's just not going to come easy at this stage in life for most women. You're going to be really unusual if you find it easy to sleep. And one of the first signs of menopause is actually starting to wake up in the night a lot more often than you did before. That's actually one of the early signs that you're starting to go through perimenopause. Set yourself up with the mindset that you're going to work on your sleep. And so here are some of the things that you can do. Now, the first thing is, and this is really difficult, I know, but it's looking at your use of technology. You might want to remove from your bedroom things like televisions, put away your smartphone so you're not actually able to look at your smartphone during your sleeping hours. Just before you go to bed, it's really important not to have that close screen time on computers or smartphones, because that actually gives off a blue light that's really, really stimulating. Even if you get to sleep okay, it can make you wake up later in the night. So try that. Try improving your use of technology and say an hour before bed, just stopping using any technology. Make your bedroom a calming environment. Don't have too much clutter in there. It's also a good idea not to have your bedroom as a multi-use room. So things like having your office in there or having your gym equipment in there. It is just a bedroom. That really sets your mind off that when you go into the bedroom, that's sleep time. It's not time for any other kind of activity. There's been a lot of research to show you should be going to bed and getting up at the same time every day. What's known as the circadian rhythm, so that's your sleep cycle, it's actually better to go to bed when it's sort of getting dark and get up when it's light. People that go to bed early and get up early actually have a much better night's sleep. They get that really deep sleep, which happens if you go to bed early. Now, I know if you work a shift pattern, that's actually going to be probably impossible, isn't it? If you don't work a shift pattern, try to get that kind of routine. That's what I do. I actually go to bed really early at like 10 o'clock and wake up about 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. That's my sleep routine. So just really important to get yourself into a proper routine. Make sure your bedroom is cool. So I'm talking to you now in the summer. As I said at the start of this, I actually use a fan, have a window open, I use cooling sheets, and you might even find you need to do that in the winter as well, because you know, if you're in perimenopause or menopause, you find your temperatures raised at night, and so that's another thing that can really disrupt your sleep. So really try to keep cool. Use relaxation techniques. That might be having something like a shower, bath, but not a really hot bath because you don't want to get too hot. Using relaxation audios, light a candle, use lavender oil, those types of things. You can actually buy a diffuser, can't you, and use lavender oil or light a lavender candle, and that also gives you that sort of very subtle lighting that makes it calming and relaxing. So find the relaxation techniques that really work for you and use those in the build up to going to bed, because it's like it's getting your mind and your body ready that it's going to be soon, it's going to be time for sleeping. So it's really important that you get that routine and you kind of get your body ready. Now, some people find a weighted blanket really helpful. However, I started with a weighted blanket, and then when I started getting the night sweats, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit more because that's one of the problems about sleeping. If you get hot flashes and night sweats, it's actually quite difficult, isn't it? A weighted blanket is only going to suit you if you don't get too hot at night. Now, I found it really fantastic. Once I started getting night sweats, I just had to ditch it. Perhaps if you're in your early 40s and you haven't approached perimenopause, you might find it useful, and I do get loads of reports from other women saying they really find them useful, weighted blankets. It also depends on what climate you live in, doesn't it? 'Cause if you live in a very cold climate, they can be okay to use at night, and when it's really cold here in the UK, I would probably find that okay as well. The other thing that I find really useful are some of these supplements. So the first one is L-theanine. That's a natural supplement. The next one is melatonin. For loads of women report to me, it helps them with sleep. It helps me. I try not to take it all the time and become reliant on it. If I've developed a pattern, and that's just going to help me get back into the pattern of getting a good night's sleep. And then of course there's CBD oil, which I use from time to time. Some people swear by that. Some people have actually completely transformed their sleep by taking CBD oil, and you just have a few drops of that under your tongue. The other one that I haven't got here that lots of people find very useful is valerian root, so that's one to give a try. I'm going to talk about hormone replacement therapy. The first thing to say is I'm not a doctor, so please don't comment with lots of questions asking about your own hormone replacement therapy, because you really need to contact a qualified doctor. And I've actually had one on this channel, Dr. Natasha Ryan. So if you live in the USA, she's a fantastic doctor. If you live in the UK, contact your own doctor, because that's what I did, and she was really, really helpful. I was actually experiencing night sweats. I was doing all these supplements. My lifestyle, my diet is really, really okay, and I was still getting these night sweats. So I approached my doctor about it. I actually now take these estrogen patches. I found that to be completely transformative when it comes to my night sweats. So it actually means I'm getting a better night's sleep, which in turn is better for fat loss. Now, these aren't going to help you necessarily lose weight, but I think I've been taking these around 8 to 10 months. By the way, I competed and did all my bodybuilding and bikini shows without taking HRT. You don't necessarily directly need them for weight loss, but they can be better for having a good night's sleep, and therefore that's going to help you with your weight loss. So I hope that's helped you understand why sleep is really important for fat loss in this stage in life. Do leave some comments below with how you're getting on with sleep, whether you started using those recommendations, whether you've got some recommendations that's going to help other women out. It's always really great to see those in the comments, and let me know if you're going to try some of those recommendations.